Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this VDIAGTOOL BT500 battery tester. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this is a cranking and charging system tester for cars, motorcycles, boats, etc. This works with 12 and 24 volt batteries. It does in-vehicle, out-of-vehicle testing, state of charge, state of health, cranking test, charging test, volt waveform, review, and print. Here we have specs listed on the back. You can pause and read through those. This shows the different measurement standards and the measurement ranges. We have some more specs down here too. So let's get this open. Here we have the manual. Let's take a quick look at it. Now I'm not going to cover everything in here. You're going to want to read through this on your own. This has an overview of the different tests. We have the battery test, cranking test, charging test. This works with regular lead acid, AMG flat, AMG spiral, gel batteries. It has reverse polarity protection. Here we have the specs listed again. This talks about the keypad. I'll put the instructions for those up on the screen. This talks about setup, language, buzzer. This is the interface. So this looks like it just tells you how to use the tester. Okay, so here's the tester itself. So this has a USB-C interface for charging. You can also connect this to a PC. It has a hook and loop fastener on the cables. Let me measure the length of these cables. They're right around 3 foot long. Peel the plastic off the front here. Otherwise it's a hard plastic. So this comes with a USB-A to USB-C cable. Let's plug that in. So here we have the interface. So I haven't read all the instructions. Let's see how intuitive this is. Let's go to setup first. So we have language, that's good. Buzzer, I'm going to turn that off. There's a nice tactile feel on these buttons. Equipment test, screen test, key test, and we have about. So let's go to car, 12 or 24 volt. I will demonstrate this on an actual battery, but I'm just going through the interface now because it might be easier to see. So we have 12 volt, in or out of vehicle. Let's do in vehicle, battery test. So this talks about surface charge. So if a battery's recently been charged, like if the car was running, it can have a higher voltage. So this talks about turning the headlights on and then turning them off to get rid of that charge. Then it's asking us what kind of battery. So I have an AMG flat plate in one of my cars. Do the CCA. I forget my CCA off the top of my head, but probably 750 maybe. And it says check the connection. Okay, so it's not going to work because we don't have the battery connected. But you can see the interface is very easy to navigate. Buttons have a nice feel to them. We have waveform. So we can save the waveform data. I'm going to exit without saving and go to review. Here we can review the waveform. Go to print. So this is for sending it to a PC. Now if we want to do a charging test or starting test, we can go through the car, go to in vehicle, and then we can do cranking or charging test. Okay, so I just wanted to show this interface. Now let's head out to my car and we'll test this out. Okay, here we are at my 2016 Subaru Outback. I have an AGM battery. Now this was just on a trickle charger. So I turned the car on for a minute. I didn't start it. I just had the electrical going, so that should take off the surface charge. Let's connect up the tester. So to start, I'm going to hook red to black and then black to red. Okay, so nothing's happening, which is correct. So I was testing out the reverse polarity protection. Should be fine. So I'll hook up the red here. Now I have a protectant on here. I'm just going to wiggle this so hopefully it has good contact and makes it through that protective layer. And I'll do the same here. Okay, so it's on. Let's go through the interface. I'll choose car, 12 volt, in vehicle, battery test. We removed the surface charge already. And this is a AGM flat plate. We want CCA. And if I look on here, it says it's 840 CCA. So I'll do up and down to change it by 10, and then I'll use side to side to change it by 5. So that makes it very fast to switch to CCA. So I'll hit OK. It's testing. So here we have the state of health is 58%, state of charge is 100%, internal resistance is 5.02 milliohms, CCA is 488, standard is 840, and we have 12.68 volts. So I'll have to keep an eye on this battery and see how it performs in the car, and I may have to replace it if it's not able to start the car quickly. Okay, so this next battery is an RV battery. It's about 3 years old, and this is just sitting in the corner of the garage. I don't use it anymore. Let's do a test on it. So we'll say car, 12 volt, out of vehicle, regular flooded, CCA, and this one is 650. So this is saying good battery, state of health is 70%, state of charge is 52%, 5.86 milliohms resistance, voltage is down 12.33. So it'd be a good idea to charge this battery up. Okay, so here we're at my 1997 Land Cruiser. Now this vehicle does not get driven very often. It didn't have a battery maintainer on it, but I did drive it yesterday and it is running and driving. So I'm guessing this will probably have a little bit low charge on it, but let's check it out. Okay, here we have it. We'll go to car, 12 volt, in vehicle, battery test. Now this shouldn't have a surface charge on it. It hasn't run this morning. It's a regular flooded battery. It's 840. So here we can see the state of health is 61%, state of charge is 41, internal resistance is 5.1 milliohms, CCA is 514. So it's recommending a replace on this battery. So let's try some of the other tests. So let's go to car, 12 volt, in vehicle. Let's go to the cranking test. It says please turn off the engine before pressing OK to enter the test. It says start the engine. Let me see if I can position this where you can see the screen. So I'm going to go crank the engine. Okay, time was a little over 2 seconds. Max was 14.52 volts. Min was 9.06 volts. And it says normal. So I'll escape out of here. Let's do the alternator test. So we'll go to charging test. It says testing, please wait. Okay, so this expected the car to be on. So I'll start this over. So I'll go turn the car on. Okay, so I went through the procedure on the screen and everything's coming through as normal. This also has waveform, so I'll open that. Now we can see the voltage here. It says current is 12.5. So I'm going to start this and we can watch the waveform. So I'll hold down the escape button. It says press OK to save the waveform data. I'll press OK, and we've saved it. Now we can go to review here. We can say review the waveform, and here we can watch the waveform back. You can also delete it. Okay, so that's testing it on the car. So that was the VDIAGTOOL BT500 car battery tester. I like how easy this was to use. You connect it up to your battery and go through the interface to do your diagnostics. It tells you everything you need to do. The buttons were super easy to push. This fits in the hand real nice, and it has nice buttons on it with that nice tactile feel so you know you're pushing them. And this gives detailed results so you can help diagnose your problem. So a tester like this could be good in a shop, but you could also throw this in a tool bag. So if you come across someone that has a car that's having trouble starting, you could use this to test their battery, or you could test their starting and charging system. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.